Hello, welcome to Food Decoded. My name is Yemi Fadikpe, and on this channel, I help you to reset your relationship with food, to lose weight, keep it off, and eat healthy. In today's video, I am starting a two-part series addressing the relationship and the perceptions that we have around body image and health. And the question we are trying to answer today is, can someone be fat but fit? Yeah, can someone be actually fat? You know what we mean by fat, yeah? Although I'm not allowed to say fat sometimes for political correctness, but you get what I mean. Is it possible to be fat but actually be fit? And in the next video, we will be looking at, can you be thin and unhealthy? Yes, so I would advise that you don't miss these two videos, because it's going to help you to address the body image issues and reset and correct some perceptions that we have around body image and health. And the whole idea of me doing this series is so that wherever you are in your journey into health, whether you're already there and you've lost weight, or you're overweight, or you're trying to just eat healthy and see what happens, you know what you need to be doing at every stage of that journey to at least stay healthy. Now, what do we describe as fat? You know, for the layman, being fat is just about, I look at you and I see that you're bigger than the standard average person. But in public health, there are indices that we use to assess if someone is fat. And we don't really use the word fat. Overweight and obese, I don't know if that makes more difference. But the indices we use include your body mass index, in addition to things like your waist circumference, your waist to your hip ratio, things that give us an idea of your total body fat, your abdominal fat, your visceral fat, and the fat that is collected around your body organs. So sometimes somebody might not actually look fat as we always expect it to be, for them to be overweight or obese. As a matter of fact, when I said I was going to start losing weight, there were people who thought, what are you losing? Actually, I was. But because I was tall, maybe some people didn't get the idea of, because we just think that someone who is fat is someone who is really wide and they can't fit through the door and they can't fit on a single seat on the bus, on things like that. But being fat is actually a lot more than that. And what is the word fit? For us, we tend to describe fitness around anybody that does exercise a lot and that is strong. We say they are fit. But fitness is described in public health as well around things. It's generally your ability to perform specific physical activities, especially sports and exercise. So yes, there's an element of truth in that. And we look at fitness from the point of view of health-related fitness and skills-related fitness. So fitness could be measured around things like your cardiorespiratory fitness, your flexibility, your body composition, endurance, speed, agility, balance, power. All of those things, each of them can actually be used to assess fitness. So what is health then? Because if we're talking about someone being fat and someone being fit, and we're saying fitness is not exactly the same as being healthy, it's a complete wholeness in the state of your body and your mind, socially, physically, and I normally add even spiritually. So being healthy is much more than the body image, if you see where I'm trying to get to with this. Being healthy is much more than I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm fit, I'm unfit. Is the total picture of your physical, mental, and psychological and spiritual well-being. So based on all of these explanations that I've given between being fat and being fit and being healthy, can someone actually then be obese, fat, and still be fit? The answer is, it is possible to be fat and still be fit. And I'm sure you would have seen this. There is actually a lot of things going on internet around metabolically obese, non-metabolically obese, fat but fit syndrome. There's a lot around that going around online. But what I don't want us to get caught up by are those people that tell you that, oh, because you can be fat or fit, there is no point doing anything about your weight. Now, in terms of cancer mortality risk, so that means if two people have cancer, what is the risk of one dying from cancer over the other? That's cancer mortality risk. Cancer mortality risk is actually lower in people that are fit, irrespective of their body weight. So whether you are fat, whether you are thin, if you are fit, you are actually reducing your cancer mortality risk. And someone who is slim but not fit would have a higher mortality risk than a fat person in that situation, because being fit, and in terms of fitness, for the purpose of this video, I'm talking about cardiorespiratory fitness, that's physical. Someone who is fit, studies have shown that they have a lower cancer mortality risk than someone who is unfit, irrespective of their body weight. So if you are overweight or obese, you could still be working on your fitness while you figure out how to get yourself to unhealthy. Now, insulin resistance, which is a risk factor for type 2 diabetes, is higher in people who are unfit and people who are fat and fit. So, irrespective of your fitness, if you are fat, your insulin resistance is higher, which means your risk of diabetes is higher. Studies have shown that it is lower in people who have a normal weight. As far as type 2 diabetes is concerned, you can't only focus on fitness and neglect your weight. You have to work on both hand in hand. I hope I'm making myself clear. Now, I'm sure you understand and you always hear about BMI and how it links to our body weight. And I believe I did a video early on in the beginning of this food decoded journey about BMI. So you can check on my channel what the BMI tells you and what it doesn't. BMI is your body mass index, and it's an indication of your weight, not an indication of your health. It's an indication of whether you are carrying too much weight than you should be. Now, what studies have shown is with every BMI increase of 5, so say from BMI 20 to 25 or BMI 22 to 27, with every 5 increments in your BMI, the chances of a heart attack increases by 10%. Every time you increase your BMI by 5, you are increasing your risk of a heart failure by 10%. Which means, as a fat person, even though you're working on being fit, even if you are not yet able to lose your weight, it is important that you at least maintain where you are and you're not adding more to that weight. So, while I understand that it can be difficult to finally shed weight and lose weight, in that journey, at the least, try to maintain the weight where you are. As long as you're not increasing that weight, we can find a way to reduce it. Let's focus on reducing that weight, but while you are doing so, try to stay fit, exercise regularly, carry out activities that will improve your cardiorespiratory fitness, like running on the treadmill, some high intensity activity, exercise, jumping ropes, things like that, brisk walking. All of these things would increase your cardiorespiratory fitness, and to be honest, they might also support your weight loss goal. But the most important is, even if you cannot lose weight, try not to add to your current weight so that you are limiting your risk of heart failure. Other than heart failure, of course, like I said, increased activity, especially cardiorespiratory one, will still lower your metabolic risks. So I'm talking about conditions and diseases that affect the metabolic system of your body. So let's go back to the question we asked at the beginning. Is it possible to be fat but fit? The answer is yes. You can be fat or fit if you stay on top of physical activity, especially cardiorespiratory fitness, and all of those things that make your body to remain in a fit state. These things will lower your health risk. So while we are still figuring out how to lose weight, one thing that you can do for yourself in this time and now is to increase your physical activity, is to exercise more, maintain that fitness so that you are at least managing your health risk and not increasing them. I hope you find this useful. In the next video, you will be answering the question, is it possible to be thin and still still be unhealthy. Thank you, and please subscribe and share this with all your friends and family. We want to get this message in front of as many Black people as possible to increase their health awareness, break some barriers to information, and address some perceptions around food health so that we continue to build an healthier community. And I need you to be able to achieve that goal. So don't just like this, don't just watch for yourself, subscribe and share it on your networks. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.